Hello, you're back with Dave and Tim at the Single Malt Review. Time for another mystery winter warmer, straight from Batangard to our faces.
Number 8.
It is number 3.
It is going to be the last one, isn't it? Never mind.
Reach into the box of
I
wonders
think that one's toppled over. There it is.
Number 3.
Although number 8 it may not be, but as I said, their colour is getting heartier and heartier the further we go down. So these are looking rather good.
This is a very gold-looking number. Wow.
Yeah, that's an actually quite a beautiful looking whiskey.
Dang, yeah.
What have we got here? Skerrick more there.
Oh, we'll go for
Treat
top
yourself,
up as well.
go on.
Yeah.
It'll only evaporate otherwise. Look at that. Look at that. That is the absolute colour of promise. I wonder what sort of naughty casks that's been in. That really is. If there's a perfect colour for whiskey, that's got to be it.
Yeah. It's a little bit darker than gold, a bit brighter than copper.
That's what
It looks wonderful.
That's what coloured whiskies wish they were. There's a luminosity you can't replicate with
Oh,
burnt
that
sugar.
aroma. That's...
All right, what do we got though? What have we got? Interesting. I was almost about to say peat again, but it's not. I think there may be peat there, but it's not the main.
Yeah.
It's not on display like it was last time.
What clues are we even left with now?
We have got, and I can probably do this off the top of my head now, Diageo Original Bottling and Southern Hemisphere.
Right.
So,
Must be a third as well.
very likely.
Yeah. What else we got?
Pera over here. Isla, of
Right.
course.
That's
So
familiar.
if I was
but also very
going
exotic.
to diddle us with a whiskey, I would send in an unpeated Isla. That's what I would do. But
That's certainly always a possibility.
not suggesting that this is what this is suggesting, but we shall see. All right. Nose-wise, as the colour suggests, it's very, very characterful. It's very, very fruity.
A lot
It's
of
very woody.
juicy raisins and sultanas.
It is quite raisiny, yeah. It's sort of there's a bit of a PX character almost going on. I think there's a one, if not 2 to 3 threads of peat going on in here, which could mean something or nothing. It's quite sweet. It's quite robust. There's not a lot of fire, but there's quite a bit of grunt to it.
I reckon this one is going to have concealed multitudes. Like after adding water or taking a sip, it's just going to.
This is quite
explode even.
Judging on the nose alone, this is a pretty big burly whiskey. This is, it's got a lot of. There's a lot of faints character coming through here.
Oh,
Or tails
here
character.
is
sorry.
to
Yeah, let's see.
delve
What does
straight
the
in.
palate speak to us?
ooh,
Goodness. Okay.
spicy and hot. Not super high ABV, I don't think. It's not wanting for alcohol, but it's not bombastically cask proof or anything.
This strikes me as 46 plus. There's I think the temperature again in this room thwarting us is hiding a bit of the power in here.
Yeah, let's get this warmed up a little. Oh.
And for once, I'm a little bit torn between: is this Southern Hemisphere or is this
I think that's possible. There's a lot of
Scotch?
There's a strong and rich flavour, but there's a lot of sort of fresh, woody notes to it. Like it's something that's been matured quite rapidly. So in a warmer climate, like for instance, the north end of New Zealand.
It's entirely possible.
Yeah.
All right. This one's giving me a bit of a worry, but see how we go.
I can't shake the feeling I've had this before, or had one of its close relatives before. But I've tasted this somewhere.
See, that's brought out a savoury note. There is quite a marine kick to that now. I'm absolutely sure there is a little bit of peat. Not a lot, but a little.
I'm actually ready to pin down a guess on this one. I don't want to say it though, in case you're still.
No, curse me.
wondering. Okay.
Curse me.
Waiheke.
Waiheke, yep. I was thinking exactly the same thing.
Good.
It's not quite the super soft peat that Waiheke of the past is known for. But catching up with them earlier in the year at Dramfest, I was able to ascertain that not only are they kicking up the peat levels, they're almost they're thinking of doing a bit of a pivot into becoming a peated style.
Yeah.
One of the Southern Hemisphere's probably only peat first distilleries. That's quite the thing. One of the world's only peat first distilleries outside of Scotland, which would be quite the to do. But so I think that's a pretty good pick. I'm wondering.
I think there may be some sherry or apera casks there. There's that sort of sweet fruitiness associated with the
not
fortified,
bourbon,
especially
that's
Australian
for sure.
fortified wine.
It is not bourbon.
Apera being Australian name for essentially sherry.
I kind of like Waiheke too. I'll say, as a B guess, I won't. Now that we're getting down on the clues, it's just flat out unfair to top and tail them by picking unpeated Isla. But as a B guess, I'll say if it isn't, then I think it's most likely to be some sort of unpeated Isla as the diddler.
Yeah.
But
Well then, should we put ourselves and potentially those
Why not?
lucky folks at home
Why
out of our
not?
collective misery?
Here it
Alrighty.
comes.
We have.
Oh, you're going to know
Hey.
before we do. Oh no!
Lewin,
no, nothing.
Flora
Nothing
and
of the.
Wow.
Nothing of the sort.
Okay, I was wrong in every possible respect. Dale Lewin, Flora and Fauna, 16 years old,
And
43%
43.
ABV.
Well, this is probably our wrongest
That is,
one yet.
yeah.
We have refined wrong into a pure form. This is crystal wrong.
Okay, I'm going to give us a quick look up to see exactly what its deal is.
This one's deal is this is the Diageo original bottling, because
okay.
this is the legendary Flora and Fauna range where you get expressions that are in the Diageo stable that are not necessarily in the classic malts range, although Delawan I think actually are, I believe, or used to be, sometimes are. But this will be a special expression of them.
Yep, a 16-year-old sherry matured Speyside. Never been more wrong.
No, that was a bit of a bogey for us there. I wouldn't have even had it with a unpeated Speyside, rather Isla. I would have been closer, but no, alas, absolutely zero cigar, not even a butt.
Well, I'll give myself some points for picking sherry and or apera cask influence.
We would have got all the way to the bottom of that bin, and there wouldn't have even been a few ends to smush together.
Right, small amount of peat, large amount of sherry cask, but a large number of years as well. That is so fresh and youthful for 16.
It is. It's probably, if it's been in the butts, if it's been doing the butts tour, then it does mature a lot slower than if it's been in hoggies or smaller casks.
Yeah.
So that's probably what's going on there.
Lovely though. That is a
And
cracking
yeah,
dram.
it's quite a stern whiskey for 16 years old. It's got that sort of taciturn quality of a whiskey that has not. It's spent plenty of time aging, but it hasn't hurried. It's in no rush to become old whiskey. It's going to take its time, and so it has. But yeah, nice and refreshing as well for an older sherry matured whiskey. It is quite
The wood, the
quite
timber is
crisp
just
and delicious.
so fresh and a little bit like fresh sawn. Like a hint of what you get from virgin oak.
And another
nice.
good one from Flora and Fauna.
Oh,
I wish we saw more of those. They're sort of almost legendary now because you used to get a lot of closed distilleries. The only surviving bottlings are Flora and Fauna ones, because before the age of rampant independent bottling of the last sort of 20 years, it was much less common, and so the echoes of long closed distilleries you only got when you got this sort of pseudo independent bottlings where big distillery owners like Diageo would do these occasional single malt bottlings of distilleries that otherwise just got tipped into their blends and sort of give you this window, and then when the distillery closed they became the only relics surviving of the malt in its single form. So to this day the Flora and Fauna series is kind of crucial as a sort of not quite a Rosetta Stone, that would be the wrong analogy, but this I don't know, time capsule, this bottled history of a lot of these distilleries which otherwise never saw the light of day because no one ever thought to bottle them before they closed, and then it was too late. So So yeah, hats off to Diageo. Can't really complain there. And yeah, another groovy malt. Not a very groovy pick for us, but never
Searing
mind.
indictment on my guessing power, and another cautionary tale about the perils of going with your first impressions.
You curse yourself early. You've cursed yourself all the way to the end, and I'm not too big to come along with it. All right, Sludger, we'll hope for a better one next time. The clues are narrowing, so which we're going to look real dumb if we can't get the next couple. Anyway, we'll catch you then.